children, today let's start with chapter number 9, friction. So when we throw a ball on the floor, it starts moving with some velocity, but no force should be acting in the direction of motion. So according to Newton's first law, the ball should keep rolling, but it does not happen. The ball stops after moving a certain distance or must be acting on it. So we call it friction. Now gently push a book. आप क्या करो? Gently आप book को push करो. आप observe करोगे that it's moving and repeat the activity pushing the book from opposite direction. आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि जो book है वो stop हुई, right? This force is called force of friction. Now friction, it is defined as the resistance offered by the surfaces that they are in contact when they move past each other. It provides traction that is needed to walk without slipping. It is helpful in most cases. They also offer a great measure of opposition to the motion. So in the next section, let us go through some of these factors. It is caused due to irregularities of the two surfaces in contact. Right? When the one object moves, these irregularities of the surface get entangled, and it's give rise to the friction. And more the roughness, more are the irregularities. Right? Now factors affecting friction. There are many factors. First is surface finish. Next is temperature. फिर आपका operational load हो गया. Relative speed and nature of relative motion between surfaces. So first is surface finish. जो frictional coefficient होता है वो drastically affect करता है roughness को, number and even the directional को. Now temperature, heat or cold is an environment जो affect करता है level of cold or heat. Now like temperature determined by the interior or extreme pressure. Operational load मतलब it varies directly with load. Load जो exchange करेगा capacity को वो drastically increase करेगा frictional coefficient of friction. Relative speed, जैसे जैसे speed increase होगी specified safety level will dramatically increase friction. Nature of relative motion between surface. जो frictional coefficient होता है वो किससे affect होता है? Sliding motion, right? And which is also known as rolling motion. Now here the activities के आपको एक string लेनी है, right? And brick, and what you have to do, you have to pull the brick by spring balance, and you need to have some force. Read a same force. आप यहाँ पे देखोगे जैसे आप इसको खींचोगे ना चेंज होता है, right? Now what is spring balance? It is a device used to measure the force acting on object. जो भी force act कर रही है object में वो उसको measure करता है. Right? It stretches the spring measured by the pointer moving to the graduated scale. और जो reading of scale है वो क्या देता है? Magnitude of force देता है. What it give you? Magnitude of force. जैसे जैसे आप करोगे ना तो ये बढ़ता जाए. Right? Now make an inclined plane or smooth floor, and you may have wooden board. आपके पास wooden board होगा supported by the brick or book. Put the mark with a pen at point A on inclined plane. अब pencil size होते हैं वो move करता है down from the top. Now what you will do? You will spread a piece of cloth over the table and make sure that there is no wrinkle. भाई cloth पे किसी तरह के कोई wrinkle नहीं होना चाहिए. So repeat this activity, spreading a thin layer of sand over a table. Maintain the same slope throughout that. आपको same ही slope को maintain करके. Now friction, it is a necessary event. So in daily life, you might have seen a vehicle slowing down, and you have stopped your cycle by applying brake whenever needed. So did you notice that an object moving on other object stops after some time with no external force? So its football stops rolling when you stop kicking it. Or why it is hard to run or walk on the wet or smooth? Why? Because incident is a force who is opposing the movement. So the force is called frictional force. Take a book and push it on table. Now what are the factors that affect friction? Now I will tell you about the different factors जो आपको बताते हैं कि friction को जो affect करते हैं. Like you can see a book जो travel करती है. The main reason is the behavior of the surface of the table, and table surface is much smoother than the floor surface. So book travels more on the table surface. जो book है वो ज़्यादा किस पे करती है? Travel करती है table surface. Now sliding friction that acts on object when they are sliding over a substance. It is weaker and then static friction. That is why it is easier to slide a piece of furniture over a floor after you start moving than it to get moving in the first place. Sliding friction can be useful. You use sliding friction when you write with a pencil. और जो pencil lead होती है वो easily हम क्या करते हैं? देखो ना पेपर पे जो हम चलाते हैं तो वो easily चलती है. Now what is sliding? Pushing an object across a surface rubbing one hand together, a car sliding on ice, a car skidding in turns, opening a window, and almost any motion where it is जहाँ पे ऑब्जेक्ट और सरफेस का कांटेक्ट होता है उसको हम क्या कहते हैं, स्लीडिंग कहते हैं. नाउ फ्रिक्शन कैन बी रिड्यूस बाय यूजिंग. कैसे रिड्यूस कर सकते हो? आप क्या कर सकते हो, गीज और ऑयल बॉल बियरिंग क्वेश्चन को अप्लाई कर सकते हो, एंटी फ्रिक्शन अलॉयज को यूज कर सकते हो. जैसे जैसे सरफेस रफ होगी तो फ्रिक्शन क्या होगा आपका, इंक्रीज होगा. ठीक है. नाउ द सोल ऑफ द शूज and the tires of the vehicle are treated to increase friction. Fluid friction minimized by substantial shape of the body. To overcome fluid friction, आपको overcome करना है fluid friction को. Fish और birds का उनकी streamline body होती है, और aeroplanes they are also made streamline. Increasing and reducing friction, the force that acts between two bodies which are sliding or trying to slide against each other. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं, friction है. Friction is also known as opposing force since it always acts in opposite direction of the body that is moving or trying to move. A moving body is slowed down due to virtue of friction. Friction is useful since it stops car tires from sliding on the road. और किसमें हेल्प करता है, to walk on the pavement. आप pavement पे easily walk कर सकते हो without slip. Sometimes too much friction is unnecessary and we want to reduce friction. Friction between machine parts क्या reduce करता है, efficiency of the machine. Now let's study about fluid friction. It occurs between fluid layer. जो मूव कर रही टू ईच अदर. इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंट ऑफ द फ्लो इज नेम्ड एज विस्कोसिटी और विस्कोशियस ड्रैग. सो इट इज डिस्क्राइब्ड एज थिकनेस ऑफ द फ्लूइड. द वाटर थिन, जो वाटर थिन होगा उसकी लोअर विस्कोसिटी होगी, और जो थिक होगा उसकी हायर विस्कोसिटी होगी. ऑल रियल फ्लूइड्स एक्सेप्ट सुपर फ्लूइड्स ऑफर सम रेजिस्टेंट टू शेयरिंग. सो ऑल्दो द टर्म फ्लूइड इंक्लूड्स बोथ लिक्विड्स एंड गैस फेज, राइट. The movement of molecules is governed by two types of force, जो आपके कहाँ प्रेजेंट होगी, molecule of substance itself and between the substance and the other material in the contact. Now we have two types of forces. We have cohesive और adhesive. Cohesive क्या होता है, ये attractive force होती है जो किसके बीच में exist करती है, molecules of the same substance. ठीक है. और जो adhesive होती है ये unlike molecules के बीच में होती है, like shape and move. They have particular shape जो allow करता है to resist fluid friction. राइट. आप क्या रेजिस्ट कर सकते हो, फ्लूइड फ्रिक्शन. बर्ड्स एंड एयरप्लेन्स हैव अ स्पेसिफिक शेप दैट अलाउ देम टू फ्लाई. फिशेस आल्सो हैव अ स्पेसिफिक शेप, जैसा कि टेल हो गई, फिन्स हो गई, जो उनको हेल्प करती है स्विम करने में कंटिन्यूअसली. डिजाइन्स ऑफ व्हीकल्स आर मेड इन सच अ वे सो दैट दे कैन एनकाउंटर लीस्ट फ्लूइड फ्रिक्शन व्हाइल ट्रैवलिंग टू इंश्योर प्रॉपर यूसेज एंड मूवमेंट ऑफ देम. राइट. नेक्स्ट, इन ऑर्डर टू अवॉइड फ्लूइड फ्रिक्शन ऑफ द swimsuits, they are designed accordingly for the smoother flow. Right. This is all in this chapter. Hope you understood. Now we will meet in the next class. That's all for today. Thank you.